Good afternoon. So this is our video presentation about our project in software engineering, software quality and security. Part 1. Software quality and secure design presentation. Why secure software constructions matters? So software can work but still be insecure. Security flaws affects users and data. Secure constructions prevents attacks early. So secure coding practices refers to writing a software with security as a core requirements, not as an afterthought. Developers must assume that any input coming from users form of external system can be malicious. Key principles of secure coding practices include never trust users' input, writing clear and predictable code, limiting what the system allows users to do, following consistent security guidelines. So secure coding practices, we have key points: directly trust users' input, violate secure coding practices. So this code violates secure coding practices because it directly outputs users' input. Developer assumes that input is safe, which is commonly a security mistake. In web applications, secure coding practices help prevent attackers from injecting harmful content into the system. For example, directly displaying user input without protection allows attackers to execute scripts inside the user's browser. Secure encoding practices prevent this by ensuring that inputs is properly processed before it is used for display. So secure coding also improves software quality because secure code is usually cleaner, more maintainable, and less error-prone. Next, input validation and error handling. Input validation ensures that the data received by the system matches the expected format type and length. This prevents unexpected or malicious data from entering the system. So examples of input validations include allowing only letters or numbers where appropriate, limiting input length, rejecting special characters when not needed. So, input validation, we have no validation with validation. So, with this code, demonstrate input validation by limiting the length of user's input. By enforcing constraints, the system ensures that the only expected data is accepted, reducing the risk misuse or malicious injection. Input validation is considered the first line of defense in secure software development, because it is the earliest point where the system can stop an attack. Every application interacts with users and every user input is a potential entry point for malicious data. When input validation is applied, the system checks the data before it is processed, stored, or displayed. This prevents attackers from injecting harmful content such as scripts, commands, and malformed data that could exploit the application. Input validation and error handling. Error handling controls how the system responds when something goes wrong. Poor error handling can expose system details such as file paths, database structure, or code logic which attackers can exploit. Secure error handling should display user-friendly error messages, avoid revealing technical details, log errors internally for developers. Error handling. This code is poor error handling, and the next one is proper error handling. So this example shows proper error handling by checking if the input exists and displays safe and user-friendly message instead of exposing system details. Input validation and error handling work together to reduce the system attack surface by controlling what data enters the system and how the system responds to problems. So error handling controls how the systems reacts when something goes wrong instead of exposing technical details and stack traces or database errors. Proper error handling provides safe, user-friendly message while hiding internal system information from the attacker. Common vulnerabilities overview: XSS injection. Cross-site scripting. XSS occurs when an application includes user input in a web page without proper output encoding. This allows attackers to inject malicious JavaScript that runs into the victim's browsers. Effects of XSS include session hijacking, data theft, website defacement. Cross-site scripting XSS. This code is XSS vulnerable output, and the next one is malicious input. So this code is vulnerable to cross-site scripting. The browser executes the injected script because the output is not safely handled. Cross-site scripting is especially dangerous because it targets users directly rather than attacking the server itself. In an XSS attack, the attacker injects malicious JavaScript into a trusted web application and the script is executed inside the user's browsers. Because the script runs in the context of legitimate website, the browser trusts it automatically. This means the attacker code has the same permission as the website, allowing it to interact with cookies, session data, and page content. Common vulnerabilities overview: XSS injection. Injection attacks such as SQL injection occur when untrusted input is interpreted as part of a command query. This can allow attackers to access, modify, or delete data. Both XSS injection vulnerabilities are caused by the same root problem: trusting users' input without proper validation and handling. Common vulnerability overview: XSS injection. First code is vulnerable code, and the next one is attack input. So since 1 is equals 1 is always true, the database returns all users, allowing the attacker to bypass authentication or access sensitive data. This is an injection vulnerability because untrusted users' input is directly inserted into an SQL command. The database interprets the input as part of the query, not as plain data, just like XSS. This vulnerability occurs because the system trusts users' input without proper validation or handling. Threat modeling high level. Threat modeling is a structured way of identifying potential security risks before they occur. At high level, it involves answering three basic questions. Number 1 is who is the attacker? Number 2, what assets are being protected? Number 3 is what threats could affect those assets. Threat modeling high level. Number 1, code at risk entry point. Next, the security control. So this code is threat modeling. The first example is the entry point. The attacker injects a script through the input. The asset is the user browser session, and the threat is XSS output. Encoding is the control that mitigates this threat. Threat modeling high level. In the context of XSS entry point, attacker a malicious user, asset user data session, and trust threat injected scripts executing in the browser. So when the threat modeling is done at the design stage, the developers can spot high-risk areas such as input forms, authentication logic, databases, and IPS. These areas are common targets for attack like XSS, SQL injection, and unauthorized access. By identifying these weak points early, security risks are addressed before code is finalized. Fewer vulnerabilities reach production. Fixes are cheaper and easier to implement. To build secure and reliable web application, security must be treated as a fundamental design requirement, not an optional feature added later. As demonstrated, most common vulnerabilities such as cross-site scripting and injection attacks stem from a single root cause: trusting user input without proper validation and handling. Developers should consistently apply secure coding practices, including input validation, output encoding, and proper error handling. At every point where user data enters or leaves the system, these practices act as layered defense that significantly reduce the risk of successful attacks and even when one control fails. Threat modeling should be performed early in the development process by identifying attackers, assets, and possible threat during the design stage. Developers can proactively secure high-risk components such as input forms, authentication logic, and database interaction. This approach prevents vulnerabilities from reaching production and reduces long-term maintenance and security costs. In a conclusion, secure software is achieved through awareness, discipline, and consistency. By never trusting user input, validating and encoding data properly, handling errors securely, and anticipating threats, early developers can protect both the system and its users from preventable security risks.